Welcome back to our episode 7 of Higher Ground series. It is such a pleasure and a privilege to have you back with us. And if you're new to our series, hello and a huge thank you for joining us today. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to receive our bi-monthly episodes. At REDi Holbourne Recruitment Group, we believe that the best way to showcase our expertise is through the real stories of the people that we work with. As career coaches, we often say to candidates when in an interview, don't just tell the interviewee how good you are or what you did well. Show them, give them the context, provide rich examples. And that's why in this episode today, we're turning the spotlight on someone who's experienced our process firsthand, from career discovery to placement in a role that truly aligned with her goals and wishes. So allow me to introduce Sisa to you. She is one of our candidates that we placed in an agile delivery lead role with one of our financial services clients. Welcome, Sisa.
Thank you so much, Nicole. It is such a pleasure and such a privilege to be having a conversation with you today. And I'm super excited to be chatting to you. So for me, this wasn't just a career move, to be honest. It was a turning point, and I'm really excited to be sharing the journey with everyone.
Thank you, Sisa. We really do appreciate your time and your effort. I mean, we wanted to give our viewers a behind the scenes look at what we really mean when it comes to being supported by the REDi team, who have in-depth experience, where a few of our partners have actually worked in both corporate and in the agency space. That makes our recruiters unique and specialists in their areas of expertise, where we provide a lot of coaching, guidance, and deep industry knowledge to every candidate journey. So again, this just isn't about the recruitment itself. It's about building confidence, unlocking potential, and helping people land not just any job, but the right one. So, I mean, Cisa, let's get straight into it. We really want to understand your journey and your experience. So now looking back at the journey with REDi, what was the most valuable part about the journey? And can you tell us a little bit more about what you experienced working with us at REDi, as well as just the general sort of candidate experience? What stood out to you?
Thanks for that question. For me, the biggest turning point was really how I felt throughout the process, right? From the start of the process to the end of the process. So with many recruitment companies, it feels very transactional. It feels like we're just looking at a CV and we're really just going to give a little bit of waiting time and place you into that role. So with REDi, it was different. With REDi, they looked at me as a human being. They looked at me as an individual. They looked at me as a person. And I really appreciated the time that REDi took to understand who I was, to understand my values, my principles, and my career trajectory as a whole. And that really placed me in the right hands in terms of where I was trying to get to. So also they took the time to try to understand the kind of environment that I would fit into, just based off my strengths, just based off my values, just based off my history as well. So that really gave me the opportunity so that's what I really, really appreciated about the whole entire process with REDi. So it made me feel like REDi was really taking their time and being intentional about the process itself, and intentional about placing me in the right role that fitted who I was and where I was trying to get to in my career.
Stunning, Cisa. I almost feel like I must try not get emotional, because it's so special to hear how we've played such a big part in your career, right? And we feel so touched. We really just have such a full heart listening to how the process did really impact you. And I think the key word there was human. We it's about working with the individuals and what they're looking for, and understanding their mindset, their goals, what's important to them, which could be family, it could be training, it could be anything. So I absolutely love that. And I mean, Cecil, what do you feel like you discovered about yourself throughout the process that you actually didn't fully realize before?
To be honest, I think that's a good question because I really underestimated myself. I underestimated the impact that I would make in different organizations, right? And REDi really took the time to make me see that by asking the right questions, by interrogating me in the right way so that I could see the bigger picture about my career, about my journey, and really where I was best placed in terms of my journey moving forward and transforming into the right purpose as well.
Yeah, that's so special. I mean, again, we just play such a big part in really almost helping you realize what your gifts and your talents are and how to actually present that and put that forward to the client. So it's really just such an encouraging and empowering process. And I mean, working with myself and Sarah, how did that feel just knowing that you had specialists that really understood the client, the industry, that understood the tech and the digital landscape? I mean, how did that shape your experience?
Oh, that made a huge difference actually in the entire process for me because it really felt like instead of looking at the job spec and the job description,
Yeah.
we had the opportunity, and Sarah and yourself took the time to ask and have deep conversations with me about the industry trends and the challenges in the digital transformation in an African context as well, especially in the services industry that we're in, and what the leadership really looks like in a data-driven environment. So that, in its essence, really shaped how I looked at the role in itself, and it really gave me trust, right, in the entire process, just just knowing and understanding that you were not looking just only at the job spec. You were not looking at just placing me into a role. You were really asking the deeper questions so that you really placed me into a role that was really fit for me at that time.
That's amazing. Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it plays such a big part when someone understands just the complexities around the industry and the space and what the client is looking for. I mean, it's so important for us to know what our clients'
Yeah.
expectations are and what they look for in an individual and really setting you up for success in that process. And I mean, how has the placement allowed you to live your purpose and lead with agility in practice?
That's a good question. So the placement in itself has allowed me to grow and expand myself. So just by REDi really opening my eyes and making me really feel confident in who I am and the experiences that I've really had throughout the years has really made me and prepared me to step into the role in confidence and in clarity in who I was and the purpose that I have as well. So it's really from the onset when I went into the role, I was ready, I was confident. I went in ready to, listen, to learn, to absorb, and also to lead at the same time. So I was really prepared from a confidence perspective, which is really what I appreciated about REDi.
Amazing, amazing. So stunning, Sisa. I mean, if you had to choose like one word to sum up the red eye experience, essentially,
Yeah.
what word would you use?
I would use home.
Ah,
Home. Because that's how it felt to me. REDi felt like home because they really took the time took the
so
time
special.
to look at me as an individual. They took the time to look at me as a person, and it really felt like home. I really felt like I was cared for and I was being placed into something. And even after the placement, right? Nicole and Sarah really take the time to touch base with me. How you doing, Sisa? Is everything okay? Are you settling
Of
in
course.
well? So just that those little things that you do throughout the process really make a difference. So it really felt like home to me.
Amazing. It's also very good confirmation for us in terms of what works and what makes a candidate feel really special. So I mean, in closing, Sisa, what advice would you give to professionals, as well as advice to recruiters, just in general? What would you share?
I think what really I would share with professionals is be clear about who you are, be clear about the values and the strengths that you hold, and the types of environments that you need as an individual that allow you and give you that space to thrive as an individual. So that's very important because that, in its sense, aligns you to where you need to be. And it gives you really the perspective of placing you into the right fitted role for yourself. So not just chasing for a job, not just chasing for, the monetary value as well that comes with the job, but really chasing what is right and suited for you as an individual. And really for recruiters, what I would advise is to listen and to listen deeply, to the individuals, to listen deeply to their culture fit and the environment that they would require to thrive in, right? And that really is what stood out, from a REDi perspective, because they didn't really just take the time to understand me as an individual. They took the time to understand the client as well. And they understood the tech industry, which in its sense, those three touching points really interlinked together in the end.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think, Cisa, I think this is powerful for any individual out there that is either looking to partner with a recruitment company who is inspired by what your journey has brought to you and how it's opened up your perspective, which allows them again to step outside of their comfort zone, put themselves out there, connect with the right people, and go for those interviews, go for those conversations. You learn so much about yourself and other companies out there. So thank you for joining us on this very inspiring journey. As you know, it's never just about the placement, it is about the people, the purpose, and their potential. It's such a privilege, and I'm super grateful to have chatted to you on this episode, Cesar. Thank you for putting your hand up, for embracing it. And we are just so happy to see you thriving and just growing so beautifully in your role. And I think today's conversation really resonated for myself specifically. I think it's just really good validation of the great work that we do and how many lives we impact on a daily basis. So again, to our viewers, subscribe for more real stories. Share this with someone in your network, in the job market, someone in your team, perhaps. These are practical tips and experience with us, can certainly help shape how you navigate the journey, how you also hire smarter, lead stronger, and grow better, and get more people like Sisa on board to help you achieve your goals and dreams. So we will see you on the next one. Thank you so much, Sisa, once again. And
Thank you,
until
Nicole.
next time, thank you so much.
Yes.